What's up everybody, my name is Mattia and today we're going to take a look at the Olympus OMD EM-10 Mark I combined with the Olympus 12 to 40 f2.8 Pro Mark I. That is basically as good as the Mark II. The only thing that they truly changed in the Mark II is, well, they now have the IP53 rating, which I think it's just the matter of a fact is I think this is as well weather sealed as that is, but they just didn't even bother certifying it, so it's just weather sealed. Dust proof, freeze proof, splash proof, yada yada yada. And the other thing that they changed on the Mark II version of this lens is the coatings to prevent flaring. But aside from that, the Mark II costs like upwards of $200 more than this, and I don't know if that is worth it. I think, well, in the long term, perchancebly, but not for me at least, because this cost me like around 300 something, which was a great fucking deal, to be honest. Now, the body itself is, I bought it with the kit lens, the 14 to, what was it, 42 f3.5 to 5.6, which is just a stock little plastic lens, which in terms of sharpness it's totally fine for a megapixel count and this kind of sensor quality, which is, you know, not that incredible, but that makes it a very light, compact, portable setup. This, on the other hand, is not the same thing. Of course, the optical quality of this lens is far and beyond what I had, but at the same time, it weighs like 4 times that much, and it's a lot more to carry. Now, I'm going to do the review today, tomorrow, god damn it, tomorrow I'm going to have the anatomy exam at uni. Hopefully all goes well. Well, aside from that, I actually love this body. This, you can find it on the market, on the used market, of course. They don't produce it anymore, since this has been out for more than 10 years. It was released in 2014. You can find it for about 200 to 230 bucks. But I will suggest you to purchase the Mark II version of this, which has 5-axis image stabilization, and it's only going to cost you like 20 bucks more, and the products themselves, like the cameras, are going to be a little newer. So yeah, I would personally recommend to go with the EM-10 Mark II. I just went with this model because the bargain that I got for 180 euros was absolutely fucking unimaginable. Now, the only true gripe that I have with this body is, first of all, the lack of exposure compensation when you're in manual mode. When you're in manual, you can control like the shutter speed and the aperture priority with auto ISO, but you cannot control the exposure compensation. It does that automatically, kind of automatically for you, and it kind of bothers me. And the only other issue that I have is the battery. I think that is mainly due to the fact that the batteries are fairly old now, but this camera doesn't last very long, even though it's a very non-power consuming camera, since it doesn't have a whole lot of features or electronics inside, and it operates upon a micro four thirds 16 megapixel sensor that doesn't require all that power. And it lasts, with shutting it off when not using it, for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's not very long. And yeah, those are my only two gripes. For everything else, the build quality, the looks, the screen itself, the viewfinder is kind of garbage because it's like only 1 million dots, and you can kind of see that it's lower in terms of quality than many other EVFs that are present in modern cameras. However, for what this costs, for what this gives you, which is a mirrorless camera, I will not personally complain about it. The grip is comfortable, it's light as fuck, it like weighs around, it weighs less than 400 grams, it weighs less than the lens, which is ridiculous for a Micro Four Thirds. And if you're truly like starting out, the dynamic range, the ease of controlling the camera, the quality of the camera. For a photographer, this is fine. Like if you want to start out, unless you're doing like professional work, fine art prints, you want to print really big, you don't, you're not going to get far with 16 megapixel in 60 megapixels in the Micro Four Thirds world. However, what you are going to get is a compact, lightweight, portable, discreet camera that looks fucking amazing. I think this looks wonderful. This camera, I absolutely love the looks of it. And if you don't require any professional features, if you're fine with not using continuous autofocus at all, because this one sucks ass, I will only use single autofocus, I will go still for one of these. Now, I bought the Lumix DCG9, which is going to arrive in a couple of days, and that is a considerably better camera for everything under the sun, unless we're talking about like weight and size. The Lumix DCG9 is fucking big. Like the size of it is comparable to an old DSLR camera, and it weighs like almost 300 grams more than this, but that is considered a pro grade camera in the Micro Four Thirds system at least. You're of course you're not going to get full frame performance using this kind of sensor, and its advantages are kind of getting lost over time because full frame lenses are going to get cheaper and lighter, and full frame sensors, let's be honest, unless like you're doing videos or strictly landscapes or product shooting, I think the full frame cameras are just plain and simple more versatile. And unless you're like bike packing or doing some kind of hiking, long distance walking, you're not going to need like Micro Four Thirds. You're gonna be fine with having like 1 to 1.5 kilos more in your bag to get better image quality. However, in most scenarios with good lighting conditions, Micro Four Thirds is absolutely fine. It's fine. Even this one can produce amazing results, especially if you print small size like 10 by 15 or 40 by 30, and the images are going to satisfy you, especially with paired with a lens like this. But the 14 to 42 was fine too. It was completely fine. So the body itself is, I love this thing. It's truly, absolutely adorable, simple as fuck to use. And the fact that you can get image stabilization for like $200 is insane. But I repeat, I recommend you to get the Mark II version of this, which I think has the exact same 16 megapixel sensor, but it's overall a better deal, I think. Now let's talk briefly about the lens, because I'm going to talk about it a little more in the Lumix DCG9 review. When I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm eventually going to do it. And this is built like a motherfucking tank. It weighs about 380 grams without the hood and without the cap. So right now it's more like 400 grams. And the build quality is the thing that surprised me the most. Like when I got this in the mail and I started like turning the zoom ring, I was like, oh shit, man, this feels good. Like this is good. And it has a manual focus clutch which works beautifully, but I will say the throw of it is a little short. Like it doesn't travel far. Like it goes like this, you turn it and it stops. And it stops. I would have liked a couple more centimeters of play for having a manual focus ring, But that's okay. For everything else, this lens is absolutely fucking gorgeous in terms of optical quality, unless like you're shooting at f2.8 at the wide end, which can get you some ghosting, some flaring. For everything else, this camera is fine. Like you can go up to f4 and shoot landscapes and be completely impressed with the images that this can provide. And even on a 16 megapixel sensor, I was able to surely notice the difference between the 12 to 42 and the 12 to 40 f2.8 Pro. But this lens, I think, is going to be better justified with a better body than this is. So if you're getting the Olympus OMD EM-10 Mark II, I will strongly suggest to stick with the stock lens, unless you truly want to upgrade to a better Micro Four Thirds camera. And I think the Lumix DCG9, looking at its specs, it's literally the best fucking deal under $1,000 that you can get for the Micro Four Thirds system. Like, it's so good for $500 if you can find it for that price. Dude, it's amazing. And I'm going to sell this one eventually because I won't need it anymore, but I'm going to miss its portability and especially its looks. So, image quality, completely satisfied. Build, completely satisfied. You literally cannot get better build than this for that kind of price. The dials feel smooth and responsive. This one too, this one feels amazing to turn. It's like a fucking block of lead trying to turn it. It's so fucking hard, but at the same time I like it. And it also has the little thingy, the little pop-up flash, but which I wouldn't personally recommend anyone using because it kind of sucks, but it's okay. I mean, if you're constricted by the lack of light, you can still get around this one. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I fucking love this feature. I think I will prefer this over the fully tilty screen. This is amazing. I don't know why more cameras are implementing this, but honest to God, I don't need the screen to be flipped all the way. Like, I just need to take some photos, like, waist level. This is fine. Do this more. I require it. And it's also far more resistant than flippy screens. Even though you really don't break flippy screens, this surely feels a little more robust. So that's it. That's the review. It was kind of garbage, but yeah, I just wanted to tell you, go buy it. Just go buy it. Yeah, just get a body. Jesus Christ, start photography, enjoy life. Goodbye.